Hello world. In this Sky Quota video, we are going to cover sales activities. So what are we talking about? Well, when you get a lead, typically a salesperson schedules calls, or sometimes after you've talked to people, you set a meeting, or maybe you're going to, deliver a demonstration over a screen share. Meetings don't have to be in person anymore, right? Or maybe the activity is going to be a task for that salesperson, to do something. Like maybe they want to tell themselves to start creating the proposal or something like that. So in this video, we're going to cover sales activities using Sky Quota. And as you can see, we are inside the account Baseball Stories Unlimited. Now I have the side navigations collapsed. You can open them if you want to see the words. You can customize the font style, font colors. You can customize so much in Sky Quota. But for today's purposes, I'm going to keep these collapsed, and we're going to focus on the activities starting with, let's say, a call. All right, so let's pretend I'm going to, call his boss. I don't know, I'm saying that for myself. And I'm going to call his boss at the end of the month on Thursday. Let's say Thursday at 1 p.m., okay? I'm going to say call his boss and ask to buy. And this is going to be an outbound call, and I'm going to mark this held or planned. I'm going to mark it planned, right? I plan to call him. If I marked it held, it would push all this information and any notes you type in here. It would push those into the history down here, and when you click view summary, you'd be able to read them. But instead, we marked it as planned, which means I can see any planned activities are right underneath here. So I have two, and the one we made is call his boss and ask to buy. It's a what type of activity? It's a call. Is there a reminder? No. And it's assigned to me, and the start date is going to be on the 31st. So now also you can tell there's another call set for the 29th, and there is a reminder scheduled. Okay, so these are the two activities that are set for this account, Baseball Stories. Now imagine if I set calls for 10 other accounts, right? And then I went home, went to sleep, come back in. Each day, how does the user of Sky Quota, typically a sales executive, how do they know who they should call and what? Well, down here in this activities module here is typically where the salesperson will go to each morning at least, or sometimes people live out of here. And what happens is when you get to activities, as in with the rest of the system, level 2 tells you where you are. There's a search. You can pick what you want to sort your data on. So if you leave it as type, it's going to search through all three. Otherwise, if you just want a meeting, you can pick meeting, and yada yada. You can actually look at your stuff, or you can look at other people's stuff. Okay, and then there's the date range, so right now it's just saying from today, okay, into the future, but maybe I missed some stuff from last week. I was on vacation from the 21st to the 25th, so I might decide to, let it, go all the way back to the 18th. I don't have any calls scheduled for myself, otherwise I would. And then you can pick your end date, show me everything up till the 29th or the 30th. Now one just got removed, right? Because the call is actually on the 31st. If I put it back to the 31st, it will show up. So let's take a look now again. Imagine the sales executive comes in here and he sees these things, okay? You can quickly see, but now what? Well, you would click on one of them if you want to, and it's going to bring you right into that account, even bring you into the screen, the call screen itself. So now imagine I called it, and, I had to leave a message. All right, I can just say he didn't answer. Left message for myself, right? I hit save. Nope, it's still there, right? Because I didn't change the call from planned to held. Now, when I switch it to held, you'll notice that activity is gone, and it now is pushed into the history. So the last part of this is, if I click on the view summary, in the notes section, I'm going to see anything that's happened, and it's all date stamped and whatnot, right? So I know that on this day and time, this user had an outbound call, and here are the notes. This was the subject of it, and here were the notes, all right? And then we're going to cover these things later. So we covered everything about the call activity. Setting a meeting or a task work the same way, just different type of stuff, right? So let's do both of them. If I have a meeting, let's say, demonstration of Sky Quota with Sue. We're making Sue up. And let's say that it's going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. And let's say for this, I want a reminder an hour beforehand. And I'm marking this planned. I'm not going to put any notes, okay? So now, boom, there's a secondary activity, but it's a meeting. There is a reminder. If I go into the activities section, there the meeting is. There is a reminder. If I wanted, we're not going to sit here for a day and wait for the reminder, but the reminder, when it goes off, will open up this box, and there'll be another reminder right here letting you know, whatever this subject was and all that stuff. You can snooze them, dismiss them, basic, reminders. So, lastly, I'm going to use my recently viewed to get back to it, although I could click into this and then just cancel the call, right? So it's very quick. Sky Quota is the fastest system on the market and the most customizable. Those things are covered in another video. All right, so I'm back at this account, right? And now the last one is a task creation, okay? This is very basic stuff, right? So I can say, start making proposal. Use macro enabled, PowerPoint, right? I don't know. And I can set, start dates and due dates, right? So let's start today and let's get this done within the next 2 weeks, save, right? And so you can see, you can tell the difference of the activities by icon pretty clearly. Obviously, you can read them. You, the salesperson, are creating this stuff, so you know your own stuff. It's really clear, it's really quick, and it works. You can go back to the activities section itself where they work out of, and here's the stuff. So hopefully this makes sense to you, and hopefully you're enjoying using Sky Quota. We ask that you call us, you email us if you have any questions, if you even have any ideas, feature requirements you want to get put in. We're very open. So thank you very much, and that's all for now, folks.